Ontario is putting its support behind Toronto to host a new global defense bank.
If we want Canada to be selected as the host, we need to put forward the strongest possible candidate, and that candidate is Toronto.
The bank would act as a major lender for 40 NATO member countries and Indo-Pacific allies to help ramp up defense spending as countries look to meet NATO's new 5% target. Vancouver, Halifax, Ottawa, and Montreal are also prepping their bids. The successful city will headquarter the bank, creating 3,500 direct jobs, and the decision is expected in early 2026. Peter Bethlenfalvy is the Ontario Minister of Finance, and he joins me now. Minister, it's good to see you again. Thanks for being here, sir.
Great to be with you, David.
Help me understand why a bank like this, which will finance defense spending across, NATO and its allies, why this is such a prize to have in Ontario and in Toronto specifically.
Well, first off, as NATO nations and Canada has made a commitment to go to 5%, that financing for the companies that will supply everything for the defense industry, from technology to manufacturing, has to be financed somehow. This is 3,500 jobs for the Defense, Security and Resiliency Bank just in the banking center. Of course, there's an ecosystem of accounting and consultants and lawyers and IT and risk and cyber and so forth. And there's no better place on the planet, I think, and certainly in Canada, to house this bank than in Toronto. And we are hearing that many countries are favoring Canada. Of course, this is a Canada pitch, but we want the headquarters, and we think the headquarters should be in Toronto, and it'll be great for not just jobs in Ontario, but right across the country.
So this is a bank that will be seeded with capital from private banks, but it will specialize in financial structures for the NATO members and Indo-Pacific allies to upgrade cyber, to buy military equipment, to do these things, essentially to provide capital to those countries to build out their defense capacity. That's how this thing functions, correct?
With one exception, it's going to be funded. It's a multilateral organization, multinational. Think of the World Bank, and it's countries, sovereigns who put in the capital. And then that bank gets a AAA rating and can borrow money to be either to lend the supply chain or to guaranteed loans that the banks will do right across the NATO countries in the Indo-Pacific and North America. So it really allows for the supply chain to be financed.